I ain't too lit, y'all, right now, shit. We in our ending times of the moon, like waning down to the end, so we can incorporate this new moon, new things, all type of things going on. But right now, I'm kind of really got that much energy. But look, so I gotta make a continuation of the last video about death and in Soul Eater. Soul Eater, I was talking about death, you know what I'm saying, last video, and like what it symbolized, like as a whole. And there's still many different points I missed, but as a whole, so you can kind of start making your mind up. And now I'm gonna talk about this and I'm gonna give you a better understanding utilizing the son of death or kid death. Now listen, y'all. Okay, son. What is son? Son is something that comes after a father. Son is something that descends from, that came from one thing. It's something that came and doing the obligations of what was first here, a father or idea, whatever you want to say. So this is basically somebody secondhand living on your ability. Like whatever father say, oh, he's gonna live throughout me, or he's gonna live on, whatever, like that. So look, now you gotta remember, death. Now I was gonna say death can't fight with people. I'm glad I seen that episode, because I really thought he wasn't gonna be able to fight with people, but that wouldn't make any sense. So death is symbolized, first of all, as somebody that really could handle all problems himself. This is where you get the concept of business people that be at the top that don't really do the little work in between. They rely on people that is there. So look, so death sitting, you know what I'm saying, pretty where he's at, just teaching, just in his position, you know what I'm saying, putting out his knowledge, okay, his very son, okay, I already explained death, that his very son is something that is secondhand right after him. It's something that he himself utilized and poured his seeds into, so that the kid son, can pretty much do the obligations secondhand. It's secondhand obligations because he's the son of what death wanted in the first place, which is his dad wanted in the first place. Now look, remember his characteristics, y'all. Look, he's symbolizing winter time or death time, or the signature or a piece of death. Okay, because I think that whole thing, the whole Soul Eater thing is pretty much death. Now himself is a certain portion that's actually important, and things that get acted out, death. Like, yeah. So look now, remember, look, what's this big thing? First of all, you gotta look at his gold eyes. That'll really tell you a lot right there. But let's look at his characteristics, not so much as what he looked like. So look, he himself is a person that is super duper precise, right? Super duper, everything needs precision, needs some symmetry, needs to be neat, needs to be organized, needs to stand for something, and needs to be set in stone first so you can see it, and then maybe you can even like correct it even more, you know what I'm saying? But it's all revolving around the whole aspect about how we can organize, how we can set things that maybe came from our mind or came from already here that you can correct it better, or came from a certain concept that you came up with that you can basically actually structure. Because anybody can come up with an idea, but that's not really an actual structure to it. You got to have the idea, you got to have the emotion to keep you going to do it. You got to think about whatever you just did, and then you actually make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's all a process. And so him being him, okay, why did I say that? Him being him, okay, is basically a second hand of what death would really be doing if he predicated his actions on pretty much that sector of death, which is him, the surface level of everything as far as death, which is symmetry, what he can see. If it ain't perfect, then he can't do it. If it's not, like I said, like in a routine, organized, if it ain't taking time to actually be perfect, you know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as perfect, but their concept is something that don't move, something that can be in a position and be perfectly aligned. But being in that type of mindset, you start being gun-held on things. That's why he used guns. You start being gun-held on things and thinking basically everybody that's not for what you're saying is some way, somehow against you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he uses guns too. But also look, and he got the gold eyes because gold is represented as something that don't move. It's just like it is what it is. God damn it, gold star, pyramid, everything gold. You guys just think about it like this is the kind of format that we are kind of low key. Look, we low key play out his character. It's just look, y'all always remember the author is always gonna over exaggerate the character, especially in a cartoon or an anime, right? So yeah, he's super overdoing it, but at the end of the day, we all do what he does. We all feel like we're at a certain point obligated, or we all only shine light on or put attention on, even if it's hate or love. We only put attention on something that is here that we can maybe correct, or something that can do something for us in our position, or something that just won't move. And you know what I'm saying, and it's gonna keep coming back routinely. You know what I'm saying, you can count on it type thing. We all got that. That's why we say we got all these characters. That's why I like watching anime. Anyways though, that's pretty much breakdown. He's the son of death, so he pretty much picked the attribute, one part of the attribute of death, and he pretty much carries it out, especially in the way where we can understand it, because we go through this as far as certain layers of system, levels, layers, whatever, but it's all just more outer, it's more in, something more maybe a little bit outer, like in the middle. It's all just that, but it's all about you unlayering it so you can kind of understand, like, oh, so we all pretty much are under what they're saying. It just ain't exactly how they, like, I mean, no, it's just not what they're saying, no, exactly. Because if I just go off of what they say, I'm gonna think, it's something that's some Harry Potter fake Disney Channel stuff. Like we start putting our mind low key in the way that we were taught, thinking that it was wrong, but that's the only way we can use it. So we start doing reverse psychology on ourselves. But yeah, so that's kid ghost. I mean kid death. Yeah, it's kid death.